Hey, LLG, what is going on? This is Dr. Dwain Woode, y'all. Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted. I'm here because I want you to have success in your health, just like you're having in all the other areas of your life. So you can show up for the family, for the friends, for the community, all those events that are so important and to show up for those dreams that you've been pouring into. You've been working for years, you've been at the grind, and now it's time to enjoy that. I want you to be healthy and I want you to be around. You don't need superhuman strength. What you need is a strategy you can trust. You need a plan you can follow, and you need the encouragement, the determination to show up every single time. And here we are. You've caught me. We are in another week of doing what we need to do to improve our metabolism. We're another week of fasting, by the way. And I am right now in this week's fast at 48 hours. We're doing a check in right now. But this pop up is not just for those who are 48 hours. This is for everyone who has decided that they are taking charge of their health. This is for everyone who's interested in fasting, people who have had some ideas about fasting. You've tried fasting before. This is for you because this is a time where we come aside, we get to talk about what's going on, talk about fasting, and to give you some encouragement. So, once again, we are in our 48 hours, but just because you're not there, that doesn't mean this is not for you. We'll be talking about that here in just a minute. So, welcome, whatever platform you're on, whatever city, state, town, village, or whatever country you're joining us from. I want to welcome you into this space. And a special shout out to our accelerator members who are out there. Thank you for coming through and thank you for hanging out with us. Now, if you are fasting, if you're fasting, whatever the range, if you finished your fast, you're in the fast, you're extending your fast, you're going to start the fast. If you're fasting this week, I want you to say this week. I want you to drop that in the comments. This week, right? So this week, regardless of what type of fast you're doing, I want you to drop that in there. For those of you who are finishing the fast today, congratulations to you for doing what you needed to do to achieve this milestone. And this is an amazing milestone, y'all. Right? This is not something to sneeze at or to flip your finger at. This is an amazing process, and this is an amazing space that you found yourself in. And I am so proud of you. So if you're fasting this week, I want you to put this week. And if you have questions about fasting. If you have questions about fasting, I don't need to know what the question is right now, but I want you to go ahead and I want you to put a Q. Just put a Q in the comments. Okay. So if you're fasting, put this week, yes. If you have questions about fasting, put a Q in there so that we know that you're out there and you are paying attention. And you may just have some questions that you may want to dive into. Okay. So that's where I want you to be. So why are we fasting? We're fasting because fasting is one of the pillars of our health action plan. And in particular, we're fasting because the part of the our health that we're working on is we're working on metabolism, and fasting has an amazing way of writing the metabolism. Okay. So as you're putting into the comments, right? So this week, if you're fasting, or a Q if you have questions, I want you to also think about what's been going on with you this week, right? Where are you? And this we're going to step aside from fasting for a minute. And I just want you to think about yourself generally for this week. Where have you been? How have you been feeling? And I'm going to give you some words. I'm going to give you some words to kind of begin prompting your mind. Okay, but you may find some different words, but that's okay. Um, I want you to. So here are some words. How you been doing this week? Number one, I'm feeling light. Yeah, I'm feeling light as though things are not as heavy. I'm feeling steady. Yeah. I'm feeling like I'm coasting. Wow, that's a pretty good one. I'm feeling focused. I'm feeling uneven, maybe. Like I'm not quite sure what's going on, but something I'm just in that space. You know how sometimes you have those days or those weeks? Oh, I'm feeling done. I'm just feeling spent, right? I've just, whew. Okay. What's your word? What's your word for this week? And once again, it's not necessarily relating to fasting. Just how are you? You've been going through this week. You've been working, you've been taking care of the family. We came out of a holiday. We're in the holiday season. People are shopping, people are connecting with family, memories are coming up about different things. Just where are you right now in this space? Okay. And I want you to drop that. I want you to drop that word in there. There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. This is just where you are, right? It's not supposed to be that it looks like everybody else. And that's one of the key points that I want to make for you today, is that your experience, your journey doesn't have to look like everybody else's. Your journey just has to be balanced. Oh, come on. There's that word, right? There's that word that we've been talking about, right? So this is the point in the week where everybody um, gets to talk about where they are, right? You're not looking at me to say, well, man, he's so far ahead of me. He's fasting 48 hours and I'm just barely getting through 10. Or, man, I haven't even started my fast this week yet. I've been kind of struggling to get there. This is not what we're doing. This is how do we come aside and encourage each other, right? So you may have done your 24. You may have been today finishing your 24. You finished it yesterday, or you may be extended the fast. All of those are here we want to talk about. So everyone has their own correct fasting moment. And fasting is cyclical. Remember that. So as you are fasting, wherever you are, the fasting just fits into your life. And that's the whole idea of this process that we're on, that it is not I'm fasting and then I'm done, but fasting is a part of the cycle that leads to other things. Because when we're not fasting, guess what we're doing? We're eating. Yeah. And when we're not up eating, guess what we're doing? We're resting. And we're not resting, we're at work. And so there is this cycle that continues to go through or go on. And so our goal is, how do we remain balanced in all that we do? Okay. So if you've already finished your fast, this is your recovery period. This is your realignment day. If you finished it yesterday, if you're fasting today, right, this is your time where you're talking about stabilization. And if you're anticipating you're doing a deep fast, this is your management day, right? So everybody has their day, everybody has their space, everybody has what they're doing, everybody has their journey. We're all doing it together, but we are doing it um, in our own journey. It is fitting into our journey. So different stages, same goal, and we want to make sure we protect your rhythm, protect your balance, because your balance is what's going to help you to be successful as we continue moving through this space. So let's talk about a couple of different people that we have in our community, right? So three of them I want to go through. So the resetters, number one, resetters. And the resetters, you finished your fast. You did your 18, you did your 20, you did your 24-hour fast, you did a 48-hour fast. Some people in our online community that are overseas in other countries, they started their fast before us and they are finishing, right? They're finishing. So you finished. And today is about light eating. Today is about recovery. It's about hydration. It's about checking in with your emotional cues, and it's getting ready for the other parts of the cycle that are coming. Not necessarily fasting, right? But how am I eating now? So how have I paid attention to my eating? Am I paying attention to my moving? Am I paying attention to my hydration? Am I paying attention to my family? Am I paying attention to my intellectual health? Right? So you've done the fast. And remember, we said fasting is a reset. So we've done the fast, but we're not just fasting is not just about not eating. It's about, okay, how does fasting fit into this whole spot? So we got the resetters. Your work is recovery and stability. Right? So I've done it, I've gone through it, I've made it through. Now I need to recover from the fast. I need to stabilize where I am, and I'm looking forward to the next fast. Right? It's coming, right? And it's a part of my cycle. Number one, those are the resetters. Number two, these are the actives, right? These are people who are right now in their fast. Maybe you're 20 hours in, maybe you're 36 hours, maybe you're 48 hours in, right? Wherever it is, maybe you're 72 hours in. I remember a couple months ago, we did a 96-hour fast, we did a 106-hour fast. We have one of our community members that did a 7-day fast. Wherever you are, you're in the fast right now. You're in the middle of the fast and you're still fasting, and your job right now is pretty simple. Your job is to stay steady, to stay steady, stay consistent, right? Whatever you need to do to get into the fast or get through the fast, whatever mantras you're doing, the hydration, when we talk about sipping as you go throughout the fast, right? To make sure that you are occupied. We're not forcing this. We are listening to our bodies. So if our bodies are telling us things, if you're feeling lightheaded, if you're feeling dizzy, if you're feeling any symptoms that are causing concern, then it's time to pause and find out what that means. Right? So we're not forcing this. So, right? So these are the actives. These are people who are currently doing it. We're not chasing numbers. The numbers will help us to see where we are and are we doing a good job and do we need to tweak anything. But we're not fasting. Oh my God, I got to fast another day so that I can get this number to this spot. No, that's not what this is. This is building a routine, building a pattern. And as you get the pattern going, as you do this, you will begin to recognize what you need to do to get those numbers where you need them. Okay? And then we just want to stay in the rhythm. See the people that are active, right? So we got the resetters, we got the actives, and then we've got the extenders, right? And so the extenders, you're in this for a long haul, right? So you're here and you are doing, for example, a 48 hour, 72 hour, 96 hour, whatever the number of hours that you're doing. Your job isn't to push harder. That's not what we want. Remember, we are also listening to our body. Your job is protecting the environment that is carrying you. All the things around you. Did you look at around you? Make sure that those chips, like I've got some chips right over there, like my team comes in and they grab, right? Is your environment conducive to make sure that you are able to do what you need to do successfully, right? So the 48 to 72 hour people. So we're protecting this. So notice that at every stage, all the people that are at all the different stages, they are in the fast. And we're at different stages. We're doing different things, but we are together. That's the power of community. Community does not mean sameness. Mm-mm. It doesn't mean that all of us have to look exactly the same. It means that we are in this for a communal. It's a bonding. It is a supportive. It is a let's do this together, and that's what we're doing right here. Okay. So this part, I want you to listen to this, right? So everybody. So when we're going through, right, I want you to listen. I want you to rate yourself in these different areas. And these are things that we're doing to support us, whether we are the resetters, the actives, or the extenders. Number one, hydration. Right? I want you to rate this 1 to 10. How am I doing? 1 being, yeah, I'm not doing so well, and 10 being, oh yeah, this is going great. Okay. So how am I doing? Hydration. And I actually just went down to the car. As you guys know, I use zero sugar drinks when I'm fasting. I love the carbonation. I love the burn. I love the sense of fullness. I drink water as well, but I do a lot of zero sugar drinks. So I actually just went down to the car to grab some because I realized this morning that I wasn't actually doing as good a job as I thought I should have been doing. So where are you? 1 to 10. 1 to 10. And I'm actually gonna, since I was doing this, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give a number. I'm gonna put myself I'm gonna say a 6 because when it hit me, the reason it hit me was because I realized that my mouth was a little dry. And I was like, wait a minute, why is that? And then I realized that I had not had as much. So I'm going to put a 6 for today. Okay, a 6. So where are you right now? The next thing is so we're grading all of these. Okay. Number two, energy stability. Energy stability. Is my energy up? Is it down? Is it even? Is it a little flat? Is it fine? Where am I in that? And I am actually going to put my energy at I was gonna say 7, but I'm actually going to bump it even higher. I'm going to put it at a 9. So my energy right now is pretty high. Number two, mental clarity. Right, sharp, foggy. Does it feel like I'm drifting? Does it feel like I'm not clear? Does it feel like I'm dull? Right, 1 to 10. We're grading, and I'm gonna put this at an 8 because I am a little bit tired. Okay, so stayed up a little late last night, but I'm clear. And then finally, your emotional load. Is my stress really high? Am I calm? Am I edgy? Am I prickly? Am I bristly? Right? Whatever it is, am I neutral? Give it a 1 to 10. Where are you in this space? Okay. And for emotional, I'm gonna put that actually at a 10 because I've this has been some exciting things are happening. I'm in the fast. My weight is improving. My blood pressure, my blood sugars are better. Uh, my team is doing well. My family is doing well. So right now, emotionally, I am just full. And because I've been doing a good job of improving my metabolism and getting rest, that all kind of comes together, right? Now, I want you to take the lowest number that you gave yourself, right? The lowest number next to your step, and that's where your attention needs to go. So we're talking about balance. Talking about balance. And these things that I just gave you are ways to help support the fasting, support the metabolism, right? So we just graded those. And so whatever has the lowest score, that's the one that you focus on. Now, when I say lowest score, it doesn't matter, right? So if you've got 3 10s and one that's a 8, then that 8 is what you work on. So what are we doing? And then what are we going to do for the next 3 hours? What's the we do for the next 3 hours? We're not thinking about the next day or the next week or the next month, but just for the next 3 hours, what are we going to do? Right? So this is your anchor. This is the anchor. Whatever stage you're in, whether you are a resetter, whether you are whether you are an active or whether you are an extender, right? Whatever stage you're in, you want to make sure that you're looking into the future, but we're just looking for a short period. What am I doing for the next few hours, right? Choose one thing. And for the next 3 hours, this is what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to be sipping on some water. I'm going to be getting some rest. I'm going to do some light stretching. I'm going to work on my wind down routine. If you've been following our move campaign, you see me doing our breathing exercises, right? Breathe in and breathe out. We're breathing in success, we're breathing out failure. We're breathing in the inner coach, we're breathing out the inner critic. We're breathing in the growth mindset, we're breathing out the fixed mindset. We're breathing in success, we're breathing out failure. We're breathing in carbon dioxide, we're breathing out we're breathing in oxygen, we're breathing out carbon dioxide. Okay. So what is going to be a thing? What is going to be a thing? Maybe you're going to do a calming walk. Maybe you're going to do some journaling. Maybe you're going to pray. Maybe you're going to turn off your monitor, turn off your, I said the monitor, but your phone. So what is going to be your thing that you do? And this is what you're doing. You're looking just for the next 3 hours. We're not looking for the whole day. We're not looking for 24 hours. We're not looking for 48 hours. Now we're looking for the whole month where we're just looking right now. What are we going to do? Okay. And so what I want you to do, and I've been asking you to do a lot of stuff in the chat today, but in the chat, I want you to say my next 3 hours and then blank, right? My next 3 hours, right? I want you to fill in this blank, right? And in the chat, I want you to drop what the blank is. For example, my next 3 hours is going to be hydration. So I'm going to put hydration in there. Hydration, hydration, hydration. Okay. So this is how we build metabolic stability. This is how we go about doing that. So make sure that you're doing that. And so we will be back as we do our show tonight at 56 hours for our check-in. This is the adaptation zone. This is our body adapting. We've gone from motivation, we've gone through transition, and now our body is primed to do what it needs to do to help us heal. So make sure you come by and make sure you join us. And here is the theme that I want you to get. No matter where you are, no matter where you are right now in the fast, you're not behind, you're not ahead, you are on rhythm or you're in rhythm, right? So you're not behind, you're not ahead, you're in rhythm. And tonight we're going to talk about the adaptation zone and how the things that we're doing helps our body to continue to heal. So here's the thing, y'all. You showed up. That matters more than you can even imagine. Because the first part of being successful with your health is showing up. And you show up every single time. That's the whole idea behind the structure. The structure helps you to show up even when the brain says, hey, let's do something else. Okay? All right. Let's see. So we want to protect our rhythm, we want to support our body, and we want to show up again tomorrow. Come on by tomorrow and we will do our full review of fasting. How do we prepare for the fast? How do we get through the fast? And then, of course, how do we break the fast? So make sure you come by and you hang out with us for all of that. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and let me hop over here. We're going to say hi to Cornelia. So Cornelia's out there. Cornelia says hi, Dr. Wood and LLG. So Cornelia, thank you for coming through and hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. Our thoughts are with you and the family, and for all of our community members that are out there. Thank you for your support and for making a choice to be healthy, because that, after all, is an important thing. Hey, y'all, this is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and life. Avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living limitless lives. We want to make sure that you are here for the things that are important in your life, so you can be happy, so that you can be healthy, so you can have the successes here in this space, in the health space, just like you're having in other areas of your life. You don't need superhuman strength. You need a strategy you can trust. You need a plan you can follow, and you need the determination, the encouragement, and the support to keep showing up every single time. Thank you for being here. We'll see you as we move through the rest of the week. Make sure you join us tonight as we talk about the adaptation zone, and we go about discussing how the body is currently healing itself. And the body is primed to do that. All right, everybody. We'll see you later. Bye bye.